Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Karin Perry and I'm an assistant professor at Sam Houston State University in the Library Science Department. I am also one of the authors for the Audio Talk column in Voya. Dr. Terry Lassane, who is also a professor here at the university, also writes that column. One of the reasons I listen to so many audiobooks is because I have a long drive to work, about 5 hours. I make that drive about twice a week, usually. I live part of the time in Huntsville, where the university is located, but then I also live in Oklahoma, where my husband still is. Eventually, we'd like to get him closer, but as it stands now, it is what it is. But I don't mind the drive because I always have the company of my audiobook. Sometimes I've been known to get distracted when driving because I've been listening to an audiobook. I've missed turns and exits, had to add on a little bit of extra time sometimes because of that. But that's okay. I'm enjoying what I'm listening to. Generally, I'm a pretty easy to please reader. There aren't a lot of things that I can just tell you I absolutely don't like. However, there are a few pet peeves that I have when it comes to audiobooks. One of those is when there is a lot of space between each track. It really disturbs me when this happens. I automatically think there's something wrong with my CD player or something like that. And so it just kind of always takes me out of the story if there's too much time in between. Another thing that is I've just realized that kind of bothers me is when you come to the end of a disc, there's little music that starts playing, which is fine. I love sound effects and music. Skullduggery Pleasant is an excellent example of good uses of music and sound effects. But what bothers me about this is it indicates that you're at the end of a CD. When you put in the next CD, you get the same exact text, or you get the same recording that you had at the end of the previous CD. So you have a minute or so of repeated recording that you already have heard. And I know that's a little thing, but it bothers me. So when I start hearing that music, I immediately eject that disc so I don't have to listen to it again. There are also some things, or some books that I decide that I really like a lot and decide I want to give the audio a try and see how that is. So, like some of my favorite books, I've gone back to do that. I've listened to, now I've read all of these books that I'm about to mention, but now I've tried the audio, and they are just as good, and even adds more to my love of this book. Feed by M.T. Anderson is one that's an excellent audiobook. The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I've listened to the first audio. I've read the whole trilogy, but I've listened to the first audio, and it's great. Of course, the Hunger Games trilogy, I've listened to those. I have also listened to Cinder by Marissa Meyer and Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. The next one I'm going to give a listen is The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. I really love the book, and I've heard that the audio is fantastic, so I'm anxious to give it a try. If you want to follow what I'm reading, you can go to Goodreads. I'm on goodreads.com, and you could do /KPerry to get to my profile. And I have a shelf that's just audiobooks. And so as I start an audiobook, I place it on that shelf, and then I rate them as I finish and try and keep track of my reading that way. But other than that, you can always email me if you have any questions or just want to talk about audiobooks or any kind of reading for that matter. I'm always up for a conversation about them. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video, and now I'll sign off and just say happy reading and happy listening.